Hello, explorers, and welcome to AI for the People, where today we're diving deep into AI frontiers.
It's an exciting time to be in this field, right?
Oh, absolutely.
From like quantum leaps in computing to, machines that are starting to think like we do.
Yeah,
We're going to cover a lot of ground today.
so much to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're listening to this because you're already fascinated by AI.
Right.
But what we're talking about today isn't like your everyday AI, you know what I mean?
Right.
This is AI designing like life-saving drugs in a fraction of the time it used to take.
Yeah.
Quantum algorithms, cracking unsolved problems that have stumped us for centuries. Robots, learning new skills with the curiosity and the adaptability of a toddler.
Yeah.
Like Jetsons, but in real life.
It really is mind-blowing how fast things are changing.
Yeah.
Like a great example is the field of artificial general intelligence, or AGI.
Okay.
This is the kind of AI we see in movies.
Right.
Machines with like human-like intelligence, and it's
Yep.
no longer just a fantasy. It's an active area of research and development, and OpenAI is at the forefront.
Yeah, their work has been all over the news lately.
Yeah.
They've had some breakthroughs with their Superalignment team, right?
Absolutely. They just published a paper in Science outlining their progress in aligning AGI with human ethics.
Huge.
This is a huge deal because it addresses one of the biggest concerns surrounding AI,
Oh, for sure.
ensuring that as these systems become more powerful,
Right.
they remain beneficial and safe for humanity.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like teaching these super intelligent beings to be good before they even fully exist.
It's wild to think about.
It is.
So we've got groups actively working on making sure superintelligent AI is aligned with human values.
Yes.
What else is happening out there in the world of AGI?
Well, DeepMind, another major player in the AI field, just released their Gato model.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may have seen some headlines about it.
Yeah, it's the one that can do like a zillion different things, right?
That's the one. It's pretty incredible. Yeah.
Their research, which they published in Nature,
Okay.
shows Gato doing a mind-boggling array of tasks.
Wow.
From playing games to controlling robots to writing different kinds of creative content, like poems and code.
Really?
What's really fascinating about Gato is that it hints at the possibility of true general intelligence.
Okay.
Imagine a single AI system capable of learning and adapting to almost anything.
Yeah.
That's the potential we're looking at here.
That's amazing, but I have to wonder, how does it even do all that?
Right.
It sounds like it must take a ton of computing power.
You're absolutely right. Advancements like Gato require a massive amount of computing power.
Okay.
And that brings us to another exciting frontier, quantum computing.
Okay.
Remember IBM's announcement about their 1,000 qubit quantum processor?
How could I forget? It was everywhere.
It was huge.
What does that kind of quantum leap mean for AI?
It's a complete game changer.
Okay.
This research, also published in Science,
Opens up a whole new world of possibilities, particularly in the area of quantum machine learning.
quantum machine learning. So we're talking about quantum computers that can learn.
Exactly.
What does that even look like?
So imagine you're trying to find the best solution to a complex problem, like developing a new drug or optimizing a financial portfolio.
Okay.
There are millions, maybe billions of possibilities.
Right.
A traditional computer would have to try each one by one,
Yeah.
which could take years or even centuries.
Okay.
A quantum computer, however, can explore all these possibilities simultaneously.
Hold on. Simultaneously. How is that even possible?
It's because of the weird and wonderful world of quantum mechanics.
Okay.
Quantum computers take advantage of the fact that quantum particles can exist in multiple states at once.
Whoa.
It's kind of hard to wrap your head around.
Yeah.
But what's important to know is that this ability to explore multiple possibilities at the same time gives quantum computers a massive speed advantage. There's a fascinating study in the NeurIPS proceedings showing how quantum algorithms are solving these kinds of optimization problems much faster than traditional methods.
Interesting.
This has huge implications for basically every industry you can think of.
Okay, so faster drug discovery, better financial models,
Yeah.
maybe even solving climate change.
Exactly.
This is huge.
Yeah.
But with all these advancements in AI and quantum computing, can our current computer hardware even keep up?
That's a great question, and it brings us to another fascinating frontier: the hardware revolution.
Okay.
Researchers are taking inspiration from the most complex computer we know, the human brain, to create new types of hardware that can handle these powerful AI systems.
You're talking about neuromorphic computing, right? I've heard a little bit about that, like Intel's Loihi chip.
Exactly. Intel's Loihi 3 chip is a perfect example. It's designed to mimic the brain's neural networks, which allows it to be incredibly energy efficient.
Interesting.
Traditional computers guzzle energy, but Loihi 3 can perform complex tasks using a fraction of the power. Their white paper breaks down how it works, but essentially, instead of crunching numbers like a regular computer, Loihi makes connections and learns from experience just like our brains do.
Wow. So instead of brute force calculations, it's all about making connections and learning.
Exactly.
That sounds so much more elegant.
It really is, and it opens up some exciting possibilities for AI, especially as these systems become more complex.
Yeah.
But this idea of mimicking the brain goes even further. We're also seeing a lot of buzz around biohybrid systems, which blur the lines between technology and biology.
Okay.
Think about Neuralink.
Neuralink, Elon Musk's company that's actually implanting AI systems into living brains.
That's the one. While it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, it's happening right now.
Wow.
They have had some pretty remarkable results in their latest trials.
Yeah, I've seen the headlines.
They've been able to help paralyzed patients regain movement and even shown promising results in enhancing cognitive abilities.
Oh, wow.
Their findings, which they presented at a recent medical conference, are causing quite a stir.
So they're literally putting AI inside people's brains.
It's definitely happening.
It's incredible and a little bit scary, to be honest.
It's definitely a topic that sparks a lot of debate and raises some serious ethical questions.
Yeah.
But it also has the potential to revolutionize medicine and even change what it means to be human.
I think I need a minute to process all of this. We've gone from AI designing drugs to robots learning like toddlers, to chips that mimic our brains, to AI being implanted into people. It's a lot to take in.
It is, and we've only just begun to scratch the surface.
Yeah.
But before we dive even deeper into the world of AI,
Right.
let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned so far.
Great idea. We'll be back in a moment to explore even more amazing breakthroughs in the field of AI. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to AI Frontiers. Before the break, we talked about some pretty mind-blowing advancements in AI, from super intelligent systems to computers that mimic the human brain.
Yeah, so many incredible things happening in the world of AI.
Right.
But all very theoretical.
Yeah.
You know, what you might be wondering is how all of this cutting-edge technology is being applied in the real world.
Exactly. Well, get ready to have your mind blown again, because we're about to dive into some real-world applications that are already changing our lives.
Okay, I'm strapped in and ready for more.
Oh.
Let's do it. Where do we start?
Let's start with something that's close to all of our hearts. Healthcare.
Okay.
Researchers at MIT are doing some incredible work using AI to design tissues.
AI designing tissues. Is that even possible? What does that even mean?
It's pretty amazing. Essentially, they're using artificial intelligence to engineer biological materials.
Good.
Think about it. What if we could create organs specifically tailored to a patient's individual needs? No more waiting lists for transplants.
Wow.
No more risk of organ rejection.
Yeah.
This technology could revolutionize personalized medicine as we know it.
Okay, you had me at no more waiting lists for transplants.
Yeah.
That would be a game changer for so many people. What else is happening in the world of AI-powered healthcare?
This is just the tip of the iceberg. AI is being used to develop new drugs, diagnose diseases earlier and more accurately, and even provide personalized treatment recommendations.
Wow.
The possibilities are truly endless.
This is incredible. It sounds like AI is poised to transform healthcare as we know it.
Yeah,
What about other fields? Is AI having a similar impact elsewhere?
absolutely. AI is making waves in just about every industry you can think of, but one area where it's having a particularly profound impact is space exploration.
Space exploration.
Think about it. Space is a vast and unforgiving environment.
Right.
Sending humans there is incredibly risky and expensive.
Yeah.
But what if we could send AI-powered robots instead?
You're talking about those Mars rovers,
Yeah.
right? I remember seeing pictures of them driving around on Mars and collecting data.
Exactly.
It's pretty amazing to think that those little robots are controlled by AI.
Exactly. NASA is at the forefront of this field.
Okay.
And their AI pilot system is a prime example.
Yeah.
This system allows Mars rovers to navigate autonomously, collecting data and making decisions without any human intervention. It's like having a robotic scientist exploring another planet all on its own.
Think about it. AI-powered rovers exploring Mars, AI designing personalized organs. It's mind-blowing to consider how far we've come, but all this incredible power comes with a lot of responsibility, right? What about the ethical considerations surrounding AI? We touched on this earlier with OpenAI's work on aligning AGI with human values,
Right.
but I have to imagine there's a lot more to think about.
You're absolutely right. As AI becomes more sophisticated and integrated into our lives, we have to carefully consider the ethical implications. One of the big questions we're grappling with right now is AI rights.
AI rights.
Can AI systems be considered persons? Should they have the same rights and responsibilities as humans?
AI rights. That's a heavy concept to unpack.
Mm.
When we're talking about robots potentially having the same rights as humans, that opens up a whole can of worms.
It does, and it's the conversation that's happening right now at the highest levels.
Really?
The European Union, for example, has actually drafted legislation that contemplates granting legal personhood to advanced AI systems.
Wow. Legal personhood for AI. So we're talking about robots being able to own property, sue people, maybe even vote.
It's still very early days, and the draft legislation is sparking a lot of debate.
Yeah, I can imagine.
There are strong arguments on both sides.
Right.
Some people believe that granting legal personhood to AI is essential to protect these systems from exploitation and ensure that they are used ethically.
Okay.
Others argue that it's a slippery slope that could lead to unforeseen consequences.
It sounds like we're navigating uncharted territory here, and the stakes are incredibly high. We're talking about the very definition of what it means to be human and how we relate to these increasingly intelligent machines.
It's a profound question and one that we need to be having as a society. But the ethical considerations go even deeper than that.
Okay.
There's also the whole debate about existential risk. What happens if AI becomes too powerful? Could it pose a threat to humanity?
Okay, now we're getting into some serious sci-fi territory. I've seen those movies where the robots take over. Is that something we should actually be worried about?
It's a question that's dividing the AI community. There are some experts like Yoshua Bengio who are urging caution, emphasizing the need for robust safety measures to prevent unintended consequences.
So we're talking about safeguards to make sure AI doesn't accidentally wipe us out? That sounds like a good idea to me.
Definitely. But there are also experts like Max Tegmark who are more optimistic, believing that AGI could actually be the key to solving some of humanity's biggest challenges, like climate change and poverty.
So we've got some folks worried about AI turning evil and others who think it could save the world. It seems like there's a pretty wide range of opinions out there.
Yeah.
Where do you fall on this spectrum?
It's a tough question. I think it's important to be both optimistic and cautious.
Okay.
We need to be aware of the potential risks of AGI and take steps to mitigate them.
Right.
But we also shouldn't let fear hold us back from exploring the incredible potential of this technology.
Okay, so responsible optimism, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
But how do we even begin to navigate these complex ethical questions? It feels like we're in uncharted territory.
You're right. There's no roadmap for this. But that's what makes it so exciting.
Yeah.
We have the opportunity to shape the future of AI to ensure that it is used for good and benefits all of humanity.
That's a powerful thought. It's not often you get to be part of something that could literally change the course of history. But how do we actually do that? I mean, it's not like any of us individually have the power to control the direction of AI.
True, but we can each play a role. It starts with staying informed, engaging in thoughtful discussions, and demanding transparency and accountability from those who are developing and deploying AI. We need to be critical thinkers, not just passive consumers of technology.
So we all have a responsibility to be informed and engaged citizens when it comes to AI. That makes sense? But honestly, it's a lot to process. We've covered so much ground today, from quantum computing to robots that can learn to the ethical implications of super intelligent machines. I need a minute to wrap my head around it all.
I hear you. It's a lot to take in. But don't worry, we're not done yet. In our final segment, we'll explore what all of this means for the future of humanity.
The future of humanity. Okay, now I'm really intrigued. Can't wait to dive into that. Welcome back to AI Frontiers. We've covered so much ground in this deep dive, from quantum computing to AI-powered robots exploring Mars to the ethical considerations of superintelligence. It's been a wild ride.
It really has. And now, as we reach the final leg of our journey, it's time to turn our attention to the future.
Okay.
What does the rise of AI mean for humanity? What kind of world are we creating with this powerful technology?
Okay, I'm ready to look into my crystal ball and see what the future holds. What are we thinking here? Flying cars, robot butlers, a world without work.
Well, those are all possibilities.
Yeah.
But predicting the future is a tricky business.
For sure.
The truth is the future of AI isn't predetermined. It's something we're actively shaping with every decision we make, every line of code we write, every ethical consideration we prioritize.
So we're not just passive bystanders in this technological revolution. We have a say in how it unfolds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI. And it starts with understanding that AI is a tool. Like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill.
Right.
It's up to us to decide how we want to wield this power.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
But where do we even begin? I mean, the advancements we've talked about today are happening at such a rapid pace, it feels
Yeah.
like we're constantly playing catch up.
You're right. The pace of change is accelerating and it can be overwhelming. But that's why it's so important to stay informed and engaged.
Okay.
We need to be having open and honest conversations about the potential benefits and risks of AI. And we need to be holding those who are developing and deploying this technology accountable.
So we need to be informed citizens demanding transparency and accountability from the people who are building the future. But what about the bigger picture? What does a future with advanced AI actually look like?
That's the million-dollar question. There are so many possibilities. Imagine a world where AI helps us solve some of humanity's most pressing challenges, like climate change, disease, and poverty. Imagine a world where we have more leisure time, where work is automated, and where we can focus on pursuing our passions and living more fulfilling lives.
Okay, now that's a future I can get behind. Sign me up for that utopia.
Right.
But let's be real, not everything is going to be sunshine and roses, right?
Of course not. There are potential downsides to consider as well. We need to think carefully about the economic implications of widespread automation. We need to ensure that AI is developed and used ethically, and that it doesn't exacerbate existing inequalities or create new ones. And we need to be prepared for the possibility that AI could be used for malicious purposes, like surveillance warfare or even social manipulation.
Okay, so it's not all going to be perfect. There are definitely challenges to overcome. But it sounds like we're at a pivotal moment in history. We have the opportunity to shape the future of AI in a way that benefits all of humanity.
Exactly. The choices we make today will have a profound impact on the world we leave behind for future generations. So let's make it a future worth living in.
Well said. I know I've learned a lot from this deep dive. I feel like I have a much better understanding of the incredible potential of AI, but also the very real challenges that come with it.
I'm glad to hear that. And remember, this is just the beginning. The world of AI is constantly evolving, and there's always more to learn.
If you're as fascinated by this topic as we are, be sure to subscribe to AI for the People for more deep dives into the cutting edge of AI. We'll keep you updated on all the latest breakthroughs, challenges, and everything in between.
And be sure to let us know in the comments which AI frontier excites or terrifies you the most. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
That's right. We're all in this together, exploring the unknown and shaping the future of AI. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. Until next time, keep exploring with us, and we'll see you on the frontier.